What if life wasn't something to figure out, but something to simply feel? In the present, Spencer Johnson doesn't give you steps to follow or goals to chase. Instead, he invites you to slow down, reflect, and listen. This isn't a book of answers. It's a mirror, gently asking you to look at where you are, what you're holding on to, and what it really means to live. If you've ever felt lost, stuck, or just tired of always trying to be more, this video is for you. Let's take a quiet moment together and explore what it means to truly be alive. At Poetics of Success, we don't just retell what's written, we transform it. Every idea is revived with fresh energy, reshaped to fit the present moment, and explored through angles that make it matter right now. This isn't about summaries, it's about bringing timeless wisdom into today's conversation. Before you find the true present in your journey, please subscribe for more promising content on how to surprise you in every chapter of your voyage. The Present by Spencer Johnson is a lesser-known but deeply reflective work by the author best known for Who Moved My Cheese? In the present, Johnson takes a fable-like approach once again, distilling life's complexities into simple truths and metaphorical storytelling. The Present is a short, powerful story about a young man's search for a mysterious gift known simply as the present. As a boy, he hears about this gift from a wise old man who tells him that it is the best present anyone can receive. But the old man also makes it clear. The young man must discover it for himself. As the boy grows up and becomes an adult, he becomes frustrated with his job, his relationships, and his life. Feeling lost and unhappy, he returns to the old man, hoping for a quick answer. Instead, the old man reminds him that only he can uncover the present through reflection and awareness. Eventually, the young man comes to understand what the present really is. It's not a physical gift, but a way of living. Living in the present moment with full attention and appreciation. Learning from the past without being stuck in regret. Planning for the future without becoming anxious or distracted. The book's core message is simple but transformative. Happiness and success come from focusing on the now, learning from what's behind you, and being hopeful and prepared for what's ahead. Spencer Johnson uses this parable to teach timeless lessons about presence, awareness, and balance. The story is gentle and inspiring, reminding us that the greatest gift we can give ourselves is to truly live in the moment, the present. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, where am I in my life right now? Not where you live or what job you have, but where you are emotionally and mentally. The Present by Spencer Johnson helps us explore this question by comparing life to the seasons of nature. He says that life moves in cycles, not in a straight line. Just like the year has spring, summer, autumn, and winter, our lives go through similar changes. When we understand which season we are in, we can make better choices and feel more at peace with where we are. Spring is the season of new beginnings. In life, this could be starting a new job, moving to a new city, or feeling inspired to try something different. Everything feels fresh, exciting, and full of hope. Summer is the time when things are growing. Maybe you're learning new skills, making progress in your goals, or feeling strong and confident. It's a season of energy and hard work. Autumn is the season of change. It's when we let go of things that no longer serve us, This could be ending a relationship, leaving a job, or simply changing the way we think. It might feel uncertain, but it's also a powerful time of transformation. Winter is a quiet season. It can feel like nothing is happening. We might feel stuck, tired, or unsure of what comes next. But winter is not a failure. Johnson explains that winter is a time for rest and reflection. Just like nature rests before spring, we also need time to pause and gather our strength. You are in a season of your life, knowing which one can change everything. This means that when we accept the season we are in, we can stop fighting it. We can stop trying to rush ahead or hold on to the past. Instead, we can trust that each season has a purpose. Spencer Johnson reminds us that it's okay not to have all the answers. What matters most is knowing where we are right now. When we understand our season, we can move through it with more clarity and calm. Have you ever found yourself chasing one goal after another, only to wonder, why doesn't it feel like enough? Spencer Johnson's book helps us see life through the eyes of the achiever, someone who is always working hard, reaching for the next big thing, hoping that success will finally bring happiness. But Johnson asks a powerful question. What if success isn't the point? He explains that many people spend their lives moving fast, ticking boxes, and trying to look successful on the outside. But deep down, they still feel empty. That's because real meaning doesn't come from how much you achieve. It comes from how closely you live, in line with what truly matters to you. In the book, Johnson gives an example of a man who always worked long hours and felt proud of his achievements. But inside, he felt tired and disconnected from the people he loved. One day, he simply stopped. He took a moment to sit quietly, breathe, and enjoy the feeling of being alive. And in that quiet moment, he felt something he hadn't felt in a long time: peace. Sometimes the most successful thing you can do is stop and simply feel alive. This reminds us that life is not a race. It's not about collecting trophies or always being busy. True success can be found in small, simple things: spending time with people you care about, doing something you love, or just sitting in silence and feeling grateful to be here. So now, let me ask you, are you chasing a life or living one? Share your answers in the comments section. Have you ever felt stuck in your life, like you're carrying something heavy, but don't know how to put it down? The Present by Spencer Johnson helps us see life through the eyes of the survivor, someone who has been through hard times and is still holding on to old pain, habits, or beliefs. The big question here is, how do I let go of what's no longer working? Johnson says that many of us carry things we don't need anymore. Maybe it's a relationship that drains us, a job that no longer fits, or even an old version of ourselves. We hold on because it feels safe or familiar, but in the process, we stop ourselves from growing. He explains that holding on can create suffering. It keeps us stuck in the past and stops us from moving forward. But when we finally let go, we create space for something new to come into our lives, something lighter, freer, and more in tune with who we are now. There's a moment in the book where a woman keeps doing the same routine every day, even though it no longer brings her joy. She's afraid to change, but eventually she lets go of her fear and starts over. In that moment, she feels free for the first time in years. When you stop carrying what no longer helps, you finally feel light enough to move. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about making peace with the past so you can step into the future. This reminds us that we don't have to carry everything forever, and sometimes the strongest thing we can do is release what's weighing us down. Have you ever asked yourself, what does it really mean to live? Not just to go through the motions or check off tasks, but to truly feel alive. In the present, the author also invites us to see through the eyes of the artist, someone who looks for beauty, meaning, and truth in everyday life. Johnson says that life isn't a problem we need to fix. It's not about chasing perfection or always trying to be more. Instead, it's about being present. It's about enjoying the small, simple moments, like feeling the sun on your face, laughing with someone you love, or just breathing deeply and feeling at peace. There's a quiet but powerful message here. Slow down. You don't have to rush to make every moment productive. Sometimes the most meaningful thing you can do is to simply notice where you are and be fully there. In the book, Johnson shares a story about someone who had spent years working hard and trying to make a life. One day they stopped and realized they already had one. They just hadn't been paying attention. That moment of clarity didn't come from success or struggle. It came from stillness. Johnson reminds us to return to what really matters: love, joy, and being present. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be here, fully, as you are. This chapter is a gentle reminder that life isn't something we earn. It's something we get to feel, moment by moment, like an artist creating something beautiful just by being alive. Spencer Johnson's The Present isn't a book full of steps or strict advice. Instead of telling you exactly what to do, it gives you quiet space to think. It teaches through gentle stories and simple ideas, not complicated rules. And maybe that's the whole point, because life isn't something we're supposed to control or master. It's something we meet, one moment at a time, with presence and openness. In the end, Johnson doesn't give you clear answers. What he offers is more like a mirror. He wants you to look inside yourself, not with judgment, but with kindness and curiosity. While the world pushes us to do more and be more, this book invites us to slow down and just be. So here's a question for you. Which lens spoke to you the most today? The seeker, the achiever, the survivor, or the artist? Let me know in the comments below. And if this video helped you pause, reflect, or even just breathe a little deeper, go ahead and hit like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Poetics of Success. Here, we're not just chasing success, we're learning how to live. What you are afraid of is never as bad as what you imagine. The fear you let build up in your mind is worse than the situation that actually exists.